Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about a history of programming. So first, let us understand what programming means. So programming means giving a computer a clear step-by-step instruction to do a task. So think of it like a recipe. For example, if you want to make a tea, we follow a steps. First boil the water, then add a tea powder, then add a milk and sugar, then filter and serve. So computer also needs a clear steps. A program usually does three things. It takes input, it processes it, and it shows the output. So computer do not guess like a humans. So they follow exactly what we tell them. So in programming, clarity is very much important. Now let us go back to the beginning of a programming history. So Ada Lovelace lived in the year 1800. She was a mathematician. So she worked with Charles Babbage, who designed a machine called an analytical engine. The analytical engine was not a modern computer like the today's modern laptop or a mobile phone. So it had some important ideas that are similar to the computers today. So she wrote an instruction for this machine. So that is why many people call her the world's first computer programmer. But ADAS was great for another reason. So at that time, many people thought machines could do only a calculations, but she imagined that machines could one day help create music, art, and ideas if human gave them a right instructions. That idea was far ahead of her time. So today we see AI writing a text, creating an images, composing the music, and of course helping with a code writing. So we can understand how powerful Ada's ideas was. So now let us look at the timeline of a programming history. So this timeline shows how programming developed through different stages. So in 1800, Ada's the basic idea of programming began with her. So she wrote an instruction for the analytical engine. So this is considered an important beginning in programming history. And in the following year, 1940s and 1950s, large electronic computers were created. They were not like today's laptops or a mobile phone. Some computers filled an entire rooms. So they were used for science, military calculations, space research, and data processing. So in early days, right? So programming was a very difficult one. So programmers used switches, wires, punch cards, and machine codes. So giving an instruction to a computer took a lot of time and an effort. So then the assembly language were created. So machine language used only zeros and ones. So assembly language used a short commands like MOV and ADD. So this made a programming little easier for a humans, but it was still very close to the mission. So in the year 1950s and 1970s, high-level programming languages were created. Languages like Fortran, COBOL, BASIC, and C became an important during this time. So these languages made a programming easier for humans to understand. So in the year 1980s, a personal computer entered homes and schools. So because of this, programming was no longer only for a scientist or a larger companies. So even as students, hobbyists, small businesses also started learning programming. So in the year 1990s and 2000s, the internet changed the entire world. Websites, emails, search engines, online shopping, social media were all built using a programming. From that moment onwards, programming became a global skill. So a programmer in one country could build a software used by people all over the world. Now let us see what each modern era added to a programming. So first, the personal computer era. So when personal computers became so popular, the need for software increased. People created games, word processors, educational tools, and business softwares. So computers reached ordinary people. And then internet. So internet connected the world. As I said before, websites, email, search engine, online shopping became possible. From that moment, programming became a skill that could impact a people globally. And after that, smartphones became common. So programming moved into our pockets. So messaging apps, maps, banking apps, food delivery were all created through mobile programming. And after that, cloud computing allowed programs to run not only on one computer but on a large group of servers. An example for a cloud computing, of course, you guys all know about it: YouTube, Netflix, banking systems, and these are all created or heavily depending on a cloud computing and programming. Now we are in the age of an artificial intelligence. So AI can do many things today. So it can write text, can create an images, translate the languages, help to write a code, and it recognize the speech and analyze the data and recommend even videos and products too. It may look like a magic, but it is really not a magic. So AI systems are created using a programming. So AI needs a code, data, training, testing, and monitoring. Of course, it may need an improvement when they fail. So even in the age of AI, programming is still a very important. So now let's talk about an important section. So is programming really important in the age of AI? Do we really need it? So the answer is yes, definitely we need it. So there are some important reasons I have. So I'll share it with you. So we have to like tell an AI what to build. So we must clearly tell AI what we have to build. So if we understand programming, then we can give a better instructions. And also this next one, check if AI is correct. So AI can also make a mistakes at this point of time. So humans must check whether the code or answer given by AI is correct or not. So programmers test, debug, and improve the result. So AI may actually build a real systems, but we may actually need a small piece of code, but a real app such as a website, banking systems, or a hospital systems need a perfect planning, security, performance, and maintenance. So for all of this, we need a knowledge of a programming. And of course, we have to like understand the logic behind it. So programming really teaches us a step by step thinking. So this thinking helps in mathematics, science, business, engineering, and in daily lives. And of course, we can create a new technology with the help of AI. And future AI tools will also need a people who understand a programming. Yeah, just a quick recap. So what we have discussed so far. So in the year 1800, Ada Lovelace wrote a very first programming idea. Of course, she wrote a very first computer program idea. And in the 1940s to 1950s, large electronic computers were created. And after that, we have a high level languages like Fortran, COBOL, BASIC, and C grew up. And in the year 1980, personal computers entered homes and schools. And in the year 1990s to 2000s, internet programming changed the entire world. And from the year 2010 onwards, we have a very big expansion of mobile apps, cloud computing, and big data. And finally, the year 2020 onwards, AI became so common. But even today, programming remains an essential skill. So, to conclude, programming begin with Ada's powerful idea. So missions are not only for a simple calculations. With the right instruction, mission can help humans do much bigger things. So AI is a powerful helpers, but humans are still needed to guide AI, test it, correct it, use it responsibly. So students who learn a programming are not just for learning how to code right, so they are learning clear thinking, they are learning for problem solving, creativity, logical thinking, and ability to build a future technology. So programming is a language of creating the future. Thank you.